Hi everyone. In today's video, I'm going to show you the new accessories that I bought this year on the Hobonichi website, but I'm also going to go through over 45 accessories that I've personally owned over the past 7 years of items that are featured in the Hobonichi's accessories section. There's a top 10 that I'll feature at the very end of this video of ones that I definitely make sure to get every time. And then there's a few items that I would never buy again. So I'll make sure to feature those, and we'll go through this accessories section one by one together today. Okay, so what I did was I took screenshots of the Hobonichi website, starting from the very top of the page with their newest accessories for 2022. So the first thing that I did decide to get was the Hobonichi Techo official guidebook of 2022. Now this book is written only in Japanese, and so that means it does start from what feels like backwards to us in the States, but this is the old traditional Japanese style book where it starts from right and you flip with your right hand towards the right side. It's a really nice book. Gives me a lot of ideas. Due to copyright, I won't share everything in it. But what I did want on the back as well that I look forward to putting in my day free planner is this little set of stickers that you can find in the back of the book. So really fun book to get this year. Now, one thing that I did get for my accessories, this is not in the accessories section. This is in the section that's called drawer pouch. And the reason why I finally caved and bought one of these is because I've been using one of these for a number of years now. And this year, my little plastic button broke off of it. There's probably some way to fix this, but I haven't figured it out yet. So I decided, at least for my Hobonichi stuff, I'm going to pull it out of here. This is just random ephemera that, you know, I plan to put in my planner over the year. Maybe some items that I got at different places, some Sumiko Gurashi stickers and things like that. But for sure, I'm going to pull out all the items here that I have gotten or acquired from Hobonichi over the years. And those are all going to go into this brand new Anna pouch. So that's what these items. This is the first time I've ever bought a drawer pouch. I did a couple of firsts this year for me, and that is I bought a Weeks cover from Mina Perhonen. I've never had one of those before, and this is the first drawer pouch I ever bought. And honestly, why this one appealed to me so much was the embroidery work. When we were in Ecuador, I really began to appreciate more embroidery. This one is probably done with machine, but so many of those women there do embroidery by hand, and it just amazed me. And one of the friends that I met there is Ukrainian. And so this reminded me of her and just our experience there. So I really wanted to get this one. So it's really nice. The light color on the inside is something I really paid attention to so that I can find items. It has a big pouch here. 6 card pouches here, which are perfect for the little Hobonichi stencils. They fit in there just right. We'll come back to these in a moment. It also fits the fusen very well. So my other issue has been I have so many Hobonichi accessories, but they are literally scattered into, you know, all my different planner covers and into different pouches like the one I just showed. And I really wanted to be able to put everything that's Hobonichi all in one spot. So these are some of the little books that I've gotten over the years. This is 2022's. This one was the big one from 2021. These have some really cute ideas in them too. And then I have a couple of them from 2019. I'm sure I have more laying around here somewhere, but these are the ones that I could find right away that I want to store in here. And then it used to be that they would include the little railway map inside of some of the Hobonichis as well. So I have these from 2019. I guess I bought 2 planners that year. So I'm gonna just save those in here. These are some of the Hobonichi frame stickers. I've had these probably since the first year I ever had Hobonichi. So again, there's so many nice big pouches that all of these can fit in, and we'll go over these as well, and I'll show you this. This is one that I hope they bring back. But anyway, that's why I bought this year, and we'll go over some of those accessories here in a moment. So the next item in the accessories section that I purchased was the pen case with band. It's the 365, and it matches the 365 Hobonichi weeks as well. Very, very cute. And the pen for this year matches it well as well. So I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this pen in here for this year, or if I'm going to put this one with my Animal Crossing cover, but we'll see. But this is a really cute pen case, and what I've done is I've gone ahead and held on to my stickers here. I usually use a cover on cover, but this has a different texture to it, and it's really difficult to get the cover on cover on it. Plus, for what I use it for at home, I don't think I need it. So I'm leaving it as is this year, and so instead this pocket is going to go back here. This came with my weeks, so this little clear pocket's gonna go back here, and this is the little zipper pouch. So I figured this zipper pouch was a nice buy because it really can go with so many different colors. So if another year, if I decide to go with a solid color, I can swap it out. Let me show you. So here's an old one. This is an example of why you'll want to keep your cover on covers on. I don't know what happened in our move, but I had taken the cover on cover off and moved it to my 2017. And when we moved, something in there, pen or ink, leaked on this. And so now I have a brown smudge, but that's all right. So you can see how, you know, this can be really versatile, that I could switch it out if I wanted to for a different year and use it with a solid colored cover in the future as well. I think it would look really pretty with a red or a magenta or like a turquoise. So if you do have a solid colored one this year, you might want to pick this up. It's really cute. So the zipper is really nice too. So these are the accessories made by the same designer that designed this cover this year, as well as the Day Free that's going into the 2022. So that's why I got these items. They are super cute. So this is, they're just a set of 4 Post-it notes. So there's one on the front. And the reason why I love this one so much is, look, he's holding a little Hobonichi under his arm right there. Then here you have another little girl, and what is she holding? She has a Hobonichi as well. And then Grandma has a Hobonichi. And then Dad has a Hobonichi. So everybody is holding one. It is super cute. So I thought those would be really cute Post-it notes to have this year. And then the little stickers, these match the motifs that are in that Day Free. So I just thought the sticker flakes would be really cute to use with that planner next year as well. So that's everything that I bought from that particular page. Since I am trying to keep things simple and not accumulate too much stuff, because as you can see, saying I have 45 accessories is a little crazy. But I did not buy stamps. I'm really trying to get away from stamps. because I find that they do take up so much room. I do have some that I've just had already from over the years, but this year I did not buy any new stamps. Okay, so now we're on this next slide. Anything marked in the blue circle are items that I personally own the exact item. Anything circled in pink, I have bought in years before, and I'll show you an example of something that I have that is similar. So let's start with the blue first of all. So with the blue, I decided to get just the little folders for the Omiya Yoga Shiten Hobonichi folder, size A6, because they match my MT Washi planner cover so well. I didn't really have any accessories for this, and the pinks, blues, and yellows were just perfect. So I got that to add in here. And I also bought the matching washi set. So I'll show you that here in a second. So those fit in there perfectly. And then I got the matching washi set. Now you'll notice in that picture, I also had circled, some fusen as well as Hobonichi papers. So let me find those real quick. Okay, so some items that I have that are similar. Here's Hobonichi papers. And I bought this one, I think, in the fall of 2015 because this one is marked as 2016. And by then, I think we were like in Ecuador. So this is either 2015 or 2016 when I got this one. And what's nice is you can just tear papers out as you use them little by little. And this one was really cute because it just says Hobonichi papers on the bottom right there. So that was one set. I also have this set of Hobonichi papers. We'll get into that one in a moment. And then fusen, I bought this set. I think this was last year. So this set here is the same colors. So that's why I did not buy another fusen set this year, because I haven't used up the ones that I have already. So I went ahead and just kept the same card that I already had here. Now we're on to pencil boards. So you'll see I have a pink circle and I have a blue circle. That's because I have many years of pencil boards. Let me go find them all. Okay, so pencil boards, also known in the Japanese word is shitajiki. So I've always owned one of these since I was a kid. Honestly, they were a little thicker than these and a little sturdier. They're a little bit of a harder plastic is the ones that we use for schoolwork in Japan. But these are just so adorable. So I got the Animal Crossing one, which just in love. And honestly, I don't remember which one is from what year, but this is the brown and pink. This is like the orange and yellow. And then I really loved these. I have the blue and yellow in an A6 as well as a week's size. So if you want to see them, how they are side by side for size, let's see, the A6 kind of, the weeks goes there, and the A6 is way down here. So that gives you an idea on size of the pencil boards. I usually only buy one a year, but that year these matched the weeks that I was using so well. I probably will go back and get one for this year. I really like this year's covers. Pencil boards. I just completely forgot to buy them. I think the color is like navy this year, navy and pink. And I just think that's a beautiful color combination. So I will probably go back through a different seller somewhere or Amazon or something and try to get the pencil board at least one of them for 2022 because I did really like that color combination. So those are the pencil boards. Next page, we're back to, this was the cover that I had gotten that one year, and this is the other set of Hobonichi papers. And so why I wanted to make sure to show this one is because compared to the last one, you'll see that this one has like a little motif in it. It has the matching bird at the bottom. But it's still the same concept where you can just rip out one paper. And what I started using this for, which I didn't do much, but I started sampling out some watercolors last year and trying out some of my watercolor brushes. So I just got a set of, this past year, I got Winsor & Newton Cotman series. And I also got a Daniel Smith set, or a couple of small Daniel Smith sets. So I want to swatch those out. And since I already started this notebook in that direction, I'm going to go ahead and continue that. It's not watercolor paper, and for me that's great because it shows me how it will just react on paper, because most of the time I'm just using watercolors inside of a journaling notebook anyway. So this will at least give me enough of an idea of what those colors will look like. So this is the Hobonichi papers, and these aren't that expensive either. If you notice, the price there was 440 yen, so that's a little over $4. Really not that much for a little notebook. So I can't even count how many grid notebooks I went through last year. I want to say I went through 3 of them. So I refilled some covers that I already had. This one was, I don't know, 2019 or so. So I refilled this one to use this fall for my office notes. I also refilled my MT Washi with it as well. This one I used up this past spring. And then I have another one that I use for my Bible journaling. And so that is back here. This one is the A5 size. This one I just take very brief notes in it, and it's meant to carry over for another year or so. So this one I haven't used as much. My A6 ones I fill up really quickly. So that's how I've used those grid notebooks this year. Okay, so this part's really fun. These are my pens. Let me get this tacky tag out of the way there. So the preppy pens, let me see. I bought these from a Japanese store here called Kinokuniya, but they also sell these right here on, what do you call, on Hobonichi. So I thought I'd show these real quick. All right, so this is the variety of colors that I picked up from a Japanese store here, and all of these still work. It's amazing. So I bought these in 2019, and I used them through the summer and fall of 2019, and then into March of 2020. Well, this pouch is for my volunteer office desk, and everything went into lockdown in March. So this pencil case stayed on my desk. And usually anything that resembles a fountain pen that I've owned in the past ends up clogging if I don't use it for a period of time. Well, these sat on my desk for over a year. I did not get this pouch back until July of 2021. And every single one of these pens still works. So I can't sing my praises more for these pens. They are amazing. They're very affordable. I love the tip on them. They are not waterproof. So I would, for example, if you're doing watercolor, do your watercolor first and then after it dries right on top of it, because these are not waterproof inks, but they are beautiful writers. So I really love these. They don't clog. You don't have to be afraid, even though they have that fountain pen nib. I have not had a problem with any of them clogging. I did have a little trouble getting them started when I first got them, but once as they get going, they have not clogged on me. Okay, so next are these two stamps. These are probably some of the fewest stamps that I've actually decided to keep this year. These are the Hobonichi ones. One is open and one is a closed one. And I thought this one would be really cute for the day free in particular, because I could draw and not draw, but stamp out and then color the different examples of Hobonichi covers. So that's why I bought that one. I haven't really utilized these yet. I just thought they were so cute that I've had these in my stash for a couple of years now. Now these guys are new for me this year, and the reason why I got these is I like to try anything that is traditionally labeled Hobonichi Techo Tools and Toys. When they're labeled that way, they're really made specifically to fit Hobonichi products, Hobonichi covers. So I thought this concept was neat because last year I bought some little notebooks from Traveler's Company that have a similar concept where it has this glued edge right here. And that's so that when you're out and about using your planner, say you need to write down your phone number or your email address for a friend, you're able to actually rip out a page of your notebook without shredding your entire notebook. So these are perfect for that. What really stood out to me was this one. Again, it's glued on the top and you can just rip it out. This one has the botanical flower here on the bottom. And then this one has red. So I plan to use this in, where did it go? In this cover here. This is my Bible study planner. And this is the one that when we do go to Bible meetings, I take this one with me. We have not had in-person meetings since the pandemic started. We're still doing everything on Zoom. But I thought I could at least be ready for when we get to go back next year. So you'll see these just fit nicely in the cover like that. And that way if someone, if I need to give someone my phone number or my email address, then I can just flip it here. I can write it. I can rip out that top page and give it to them. So I thought either one of these would look really good working inside of this cover. This one works really well with that dark gray interior, but as you can tell, I have other colors in here too. So, but that's my idea and plan with this one. So the cover is not super sturdy. So you'll want to make sure, you just kind of find your place and keep it in there. So it's perfect. I love it. All right, so let's start with why do you need a clear cover on cover? Well, sometimes you get a specialty cover like this one here. This is called, I think, Bow and Tie, something like that. And it's a very, I don't know how to describe it, but it's a very textured type of cover. And so if you enjoy that feel, then by all means, go ahead and leave it uncovered. But I tend to just get messy, and I can already tell. I mean, this poor cover has been through it. It's been on my kitchen table. This has been my scripture writing journal this year. It doesn't have a lot of pictures in it, but it has all my weeks for scriptures are written in here. So this has been my scripture writing journal. I'm going to do some watercolor in it here pretty soon. But because this gets thrown on my kitchen table almost every day, I put a cover on it because it would be filthy by now, or it would have sticky maple syrup or coffee creamer, something on it between myself and the kids. That's the week's one. This is my clear cover on cover for an A6. Again, all of my A6 and A5 covers have a cover on cover. This one is to protect my Doraemon. We'll hold on to that for a second. Another idea is with a clear cover on cover, you can customize it. A friend gave me this postcard back in 2018. This is the marshmallow cover. I believe they're selling this color again this year. And this was my 2020 Bible journaling. And that's how I used that clear cover on cover. And then for 2022, it's going on my day free because this is a beige canvas. And again, it's something that I'll be using almost every day on my desk. I know I would get it filthy, so I want to make sure to protect it. I will mention that Hobonichi is very specific on their website, and they do tell you certain covers not to use a clear cover on cover. This is one of those covers where they recommended not to put it on. My guess is maybe over time with humidity, these little ink drawings could end up coming off and sticking to this plastic cover. But I think for me personally, it would be filthy and dirty before it ever got to that point. So maybe when I'm finished with it at the end of this year, then I'll take the cover on cover off. But then who knows, maybe the same thing will happen to it as what happened when I took my cover and cover off of this poor guy. I had managed to keep this pink thing, even as dirty as Ecuador was, it was so nice and clean until I took it off for 2017 and put it in the box and somehow ink got on it. So this is why I like to keep cover and covers. Also on this page is the Hobonichi photo album. This has been one of the most practical items. I like it for sticker storage. Of course, that's what I have the end pouch for now as well. But I've used it for watercolor cards, those dry watercolor cards or dot cards you can put in here and carry them with you as well. I've used this photograph pouch for various things over the years. Another year, I made an entire watercolor palette out of one. I cut the side and bottom seam and had my watercolors in between them, and then the plastic sheeting protected it from one page to the next. I don't remember which planner I have it in. It's around here somewhere. If I find it, I'll make sure to share that on another video. And then, of course, they have 5 stencils. I found that I don't use them very often, so I only bought 2 that I thought would be most practical for me. So I have the blue one, and the reason why I liked the blue one in particular is it has the ridge edging right across the top. I don't have to worry about trying to squeeze my pen inside of the stencil to get that ridge edge. It's just right there. The measurements are nice and clear, and then these are motifs that I actually like to use. So here we go. So I like the circle, the square, the heart, the star. I use those probably the most often. Every now and then I'll use the little eating icon, the coffee cup. I think I've used the phone. I know I've used the airplane. So these are little motifs that I've used from time to time. I used these in my Stalogy for the weather. This one I use a lot for the check boxes, but also for these lines. So one has, you can use these on the timeline. You know, in your Hobonichi, you have a timeline part of the grid line that's a little bit darker, and you can highlight it with one of these lines here. So one has arrows, the other one has circles. I really like the circle ones. And then the stars, that one's great for ranking movies, TV series, things like that. And I've used the check boxes a lot. So those are the 2 stencils out of the 5 that I decided to purchase. Okay, so this one is also labeled Tools and Toys. This is the Hobonichi Page Keeper, and this one is for the A6 size. So it fits nicely in that back pouch right there. You can also put it all the way up here, but I usually do it here. And then just use it as a page marker so that when you come, you can just flip right to your page. Some people also use it as a closure. I don't find it as practical on the A6 for me, but it works really well as a closure on the weeks. So you can get this smaller one that I used in the A6 here. This will also fit in the Hobonichi weeks. I can show that one to you real quick. So here's the Hobonichi weeks that I'm using this year. You can fit it into this back pocket here. And then you can use it to close your Hobonichi weeks. It's a very practical closure for the Hobonichi weeks. Works really well for that. If that bugs you of opening a lot in your purse, this might help preserve your Hobonichi weeks a little bit better. That's the most practical use I've found for this particular one. In fact, for now, I'm going to keep it here. It matches my little yellow daisy on here. Okay. All right, so now we're back to these stickers. Let me see here. You can see it has this one. Don't forget, some plates. I have honestly had this sticker set since I started using Hobonichi. So honestly, this is one item that I probably would not buy again because I find that I don't really use it. I like them. I think they're adorable, but as you can see, I've hardly used them. And even on here, it may look like I used them, but let me show you where they actually are. So here in 2016, they had these amazing little Post-its. This is something I wish they would bring back. These are these like clear Post-its that have tabs on them. They're removable and repositionable. And since they're this clear plastic, you can put washi on them. So here you'll see I have some of those frame stickers on here. I moved them to use them inside of this week's, and I just never used them inside of this one. The other thing I really loved with that set is that it had this one. And you'll see it has little clouds on it, and it's like a little tab that it adds to the top of your page. So it was able to divide out where my calendar was versus where my notes section began. This is one accessory that I wish Hobonichi would bring back. I really loved these. If you've seen these anywhere else, let me know because I would definitely buy another set of those. Those were perfection. These stickers I did not use as much, and I probably won't buy another set of these. Talking about similar items to that one I just mentioned that I wish Hobonichi would bring back is this right here. This one, it doesn't look like much, but these are they fit in an A6 size, and they are like full sheet Post-it notes. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, so here's my Hobonichi weeks from this year, and there was a couple of notes that I wanted to remind myself of, and you'll see this is that piece of, it's like a sticky note, but it's clear, and it can be placed back at any time, and it holds complete. I have moved this sheet probably 10-20 times this year, and it still sticks like it did on the very first day. So this is one item I wish Hobonichi would bring back. I hope they will bring it back. Again, if this is an item that you know what it's called somewhere else and you know where to get it, please let me know, because I'm hoarding these because I know how few and far between. You know, I have 20 pages in here. I probably have about 10 left. So I'm kind of scared to use them because I love them so much. This is my third or fourth set of these. These are called the double stick tape. These are the best things to just stick ephemera in on the fly, on the go, into your Hobonichi. I usually only need 2 strips, one on top, one on bottom, and it fits perfectly. They also have the longer strip ones as well if you have a larger picture or postcard that you're trying to tip in into your Hobonichi. So This is something I use all the time. I'm always misplacing it. So that was another reason why I was really happy to get this Anne pouch. I can put it right in here, and that way I can always find it. You know, all these years I've been storing all this stuff in my covers, and then I can never remember which Hobonichi cover has what accessory in it. So I'm really loving that I can put all of my accessories into this one pouch and find everything at the same time. So I bought the rivet band specifically for this planner here because I know next year it's going to be getting chunky monkey. So this particular color is perfection. It matches this planner exactly. So really, really cute. So I really loved this color and it matches this planner perfectly. So I'm looking forward to using this band with this particular planner next year. A lot of people also use them for if they are just using the notebook. Let me show you an example. Say you have your cousin notebook just like this and you don't have a cover for it and it's getting chunky. A lot of people will just strap it on like so and it'll keep your book together for you for the year. So that's another way you can use it. An intriguing item that I came across this year was this one here by, let's see, Ko-I-Noor, called Versatile. This is a lead holder. So you can press and adjust it to whatever length you want. And if you notice, the cup tip is multicolored. So as you write, it changes colors. And then it can get a little dull. So I did also buy the sharpener. In order to use the sharpener, you'll either want to extend the lead or you'll want to take it out completely to sharpen it here. And you can use either one. But it was just an intriguing item. So I looked this item up. Come to find out, it is made in the Czech Republic. And I found that on other websites, like Amazon, for example, they have other colors, and also on Etsy. I did end up buying it from an Etsy seller that is actually in the Czech Republic because they sell the matching leads. Sometimes these lead sets can be hard to find. So I bought the this holder and the magic leads for the colorful one. Those are all the same color. They're multiple colors, but it's all of them are exactly the same. Whereas this one, you get a variety pack. It's like a light sepia, a dark sepia, chalk, charcoal, and these are not necessarily smooth. The color one is smooth, almost like a colored pencil, but these, some of them do have a very, very, very chalky feel or charcoal feel, just like they are labeled. Probably the smoothest one I found was the light sepia. And also the 4B graphite. I really do like the 4B graphite. So if you're curious about what that brand is, you can find them at various locations. And of course, the pencil sharpener as well. Okay, so on this page, anyone who's watched my channel enough knows that I have MT washi out of my ears. So I didn't bring all my washi here. My favorite washi from MT is the one that matches my MT cover. That's probably my favorite washi tape that I have. But also on this page, you'll find the masking tape patches. So I use those a lot. They are in here. And they come in all different colors and all different sizes. So Hobonichi has them, and they're semi-transparent. You can see them. I use them to mark dates on my calendar. Let me see if I can find an example that I can actually share. So this is an example of how I use those. This blank calendar is one that I got from Stalogy. The notebook in here is actually a Stalogy notebook. And this is how I mark my dates. So I write my date out on the calendar itself, and then I put those little stickers on top of it. And as you can see the numbers straight through those dots. So they work out great to mark dates in your calendar. That is the same concept between these other dots. They're by the company called High Tide. There are two separate sets. One is called Daily. I know on the website they look super similar, but in person you can tell a big difference. Daily is very bold colors, whereas Holiday, surprisingly, is more muted and pastel and neutral. So those are what those see through. Same thing, they're meant to mark your dates. They fit perfectly on the monthly and then as well as the daily. Okay, back to pens, one of my favorite subjects. Okay, so this next pen is this one here. It is called the High Tech C Coletto. And they sell not just the shell, but also the various colors. So in mine, I chose hot pink and a turquoise blue. I love brown, or like a sepia. That's my new color over the past couple years that I've loved writing in, and green. So it's a great pen. I love this soft area right here. So many of these big multi-pens are just hard plastic. And I love that it has this gel section right here. It makes it a lot easier to write with. I can write with it a lot longer than I can the other pens that don't have that. And that is one thing I do love about the Hobonichi pens. Most of them over the years have also come with that. The Uni pen comes with that nice rubber grip as well. My favorite pen of all time. This was the first pen I ever bought off of the Hobonichi website. This is called the Uni Style Fit Meister. And again, they have all different colors. In mine, I have brown and a turquoise and a fuchsia. The light pink I've had before, and I could not hardly see it on the paper. So I don't recommend getting the light pink ink, but the fuchsia will show up, the blue, and the brown is amazing. I think actually I have a blue black in here. That's my favorite ink color for this particular pen. I love this one so much that when I thought I had lost it, I bought another one. So I actually have another one of these. Here it is actually. In packaging. And the refills, this is how the refills come. So they're a 0.38, but you can get different point sizes for them as well. And so this is another brand new one I still have wrapped up just in case this one gets too bruised up or mutilated. The other thing I marked on this page as a favorite is the Uni refills. So as you can see, I have all of the pens that I've ever gotten with my Hobonichis over the years. I am missing a blue one. It's like a light blue. I have no idea where I put it. It's in a bag in this house somewhere. And I'm also missing the bright, bright, bright yellow one from either 2017 or 2018. We were in Ecuador that year, so I didn't get that particular one. Here's my first one, I think, from 2015. So that's my very first Hobonichi pen that I got. But the point was, these last a really long time. I've only had to refill, I think, this one time. On this page, I no longer have these items for a reason. First of all, the Staedtler Text Surfer Gel pens. They were amazing when I first found them, but I used them for my Bible journaling. Number one, maybe because I'm in Texas. Things get hot, humid, and sticky here. And I felt like my pages started sticking together a little bit. I used them in Bible journaling, but also the pink in particular really kind of turned into an orangey color over time within about 3 or 4 years. it turned orangey. So I got rid of those last year. When I was destashing my craft room last year, I got rid of those. The other things I got rid of were the friction ball pens. Again, I live in Texas. It gets up to like 115 degrees here sometimes. And I left one of my office notebooks in my car. And needless to say, most of my writing disappeared. I tried the trick of sticking it in the freezer to get the ink to reappear. It came back kind of, but it was still splotchy. So I'm not even going to deal with that anymore. So I got rid of all my friction pens. It's just not practical for Texas weather. So I got rid of those. All right, on to my next absolute favorites. Okay, mild liners. I love mild liners. So let's get out the variety of mild liners we've got here. So mild liners are amazing. You can buy them in a pack or you can buy them individually. I think I bought one of these grays, came in a pack, and the other one I bought individually. I just really like having the contrast of a dark gray and a light gray. I can kind of create almost like my own Excel sheet looking thing by having these two colors. So the mild liners are really neat because they have the chisel tip end and they have this end right here. But this company also comes out with some other ones. Another favorite that I have from this particular brand in the same colors are brush pens. I have a ton of colors of these as well, but you'll see they have a brush tip on the end, and it's a softer feel. I really enjoy these more. So I've kind of switched over to using these at home. I still use these in the office since I have a lot of Excel spreadsheets. The chisel tip seems to work best for those, but for my everyday journaling and planners, I really prefer the brush tip. The brush tip pens have the same tip as found on the bottom of these chisel ones. It's that pointy tip right there. There is another set of these, but we'll get to those. Hobonichi sells this other set coming up here in a moment. Another item featured on this page, it's just a different color, is this mono eraser. This is really great, especially if you write Japanese or Chinese or Korean. This is great for all those little lines and dashes, but it's also really great for watercolor. I really do enjoy using this eraser. It is so detailed. It's actually in my portable sketch kit because I use it so much. And the eraser is refillable as well. So some new items I got this year are these magnet markers. I got these because I've had these in previous planners before. These are really great. I've had different brands that I think I've picked up from Target, but I don't know what happened to those magnets. So in particular, I'm looking forward to using it in my, this bunch right here is going to be for my Nintendo Animal Crossing one. And then these will be combined with to mark highlights in my Bible journal. Sometimes we reference back previous conventions or assemblies, and I just need to be able to flip to those notes really quickly, and it's usually more than I actually have bookmarks. So I've tried to use sticky flags, but I really like this better because it just holds on to the sides of the pages better. So that's why I got those. This is actually a replacement ruler. I had a pink one from them years ago. And again, with all these moves, I have no idea what happened to it. I don't know if I accidentally gave it away when I purged a planner at some point, but I really loved this ruler because it is so flat and it fits inside of the journal just right. So I went ahead and got the silver one. I don't think this color was out the last time I bought it, so I really like that neutral color. Another thing in this photo are these pen clips. I can't find mine, another item that I have misplaced, but I love using it on the front of the weeks. So if you have a weeks, it is very convenient to use on the front of a weeks. The gold one I like to use on front of my traveler's notebook. It really corresponds with those brass accessories quite nicely. But again, I don't know what I did with mine, so we'll have to find those or repurchase them again. These are the landscape index. I got the blue because the everyday journal that I'm using for next year, I thought these would look really good with that. I've had the green set before, so these are really a convenient way to mark out the months. Another one of my favorite tools is this one here. Now this one is marked on the website as Japan only, but you're able to find it here on Amazon and some other crafting websites. So I got this one year. It's really nice. It really only cuts off that top sheet, but I still want to find that top sheet cutter. I will probably still try to hunt that one down from Olfa as well. But this one works in the same way. New to me this year are the flat scissors. I've seen them on here and I've wanted to buy them. When I looked on places like Amazon to buy them, oh my goodness, they had them listed for like, I don't know, some crazy amount, $28 or $32 or something insane like that. So it was really nice to just get them for this price. I guess they are $13, about $13 on the Hobonichi website. So nice and flat. Love how cute that is. So let's see how that looks in the and pouch as well. It can just hang out on the edge of that pocket just like that. So this is a different color than what's on their website, but it's the same thing. This is the American version. It's called the Scotch Reusable Glue Stick. I really love using this on my printables. I will stick this, for example, on vellum, or I'll stick it on rice paper, or some very, very thin paper, tissue paper, and I can run it through my printer. It's very good for those collage type papers, and it just works great. It does not hold on too tight, but holds on just right. I don't use this inside of my planner. I use it more as a temporary medium as I'm figuring things out. Next are the Versa Magic Dewdrops. These are great because when you stamp with these, they do not go through the paper, in particular with these colors. I have used the Memento inks, and with Hobonichi paper, this is very, very dark, and you'll definitely see it on the other side. So I don't recommend so much the Memento, but the Versa Magic, especially these pastel colors, are very cute to use inside of the planner. All right, so on this next page are the other clean color pens that I absolutely love from Zig. These are the dot pens. So the ones they sell, I believe is like this set here. They have 2 sets, but there are more colors than that. So I forgot where all I got these, but what's really nice is this end is very convenient to mark your calendar, to mark your dates with a dot. This end is totally different than the other ones. Let me show you the difference. So here's those brush pens that I had, same as the chisel ones. You'll see that the tip on the ends of these are different. So this one is really great for fine journaling, say even like in your weeks. This tip is a little too thick for that, but this is a very good writing tip. So dot your date with one end, and then you can write your details with the other end, and everything matches great. So I really love those. These are not available on their website, I don't believe, but they do also sell them in metallic colors. And it's the same thing. It has, the end is a little thicker. It's more like the traditional end on their brush and chisel. But the dot end is the same, and they are in metallic. So that is another item that is great. the beautiful gift bag. This gift bag is just gorgeous. It is so nice and lightweight. So yes, it would make a great gift bag, but also it makes great storage if I want to keep this nice and safe. It coordinates really well with my and pouch as well. So I may be storing this inside of this bag, and I may also Scotch guard this. So this is just really, really cute. This is super lightweight. I can see myself using this as an everyday tote, maybe to take my sketching kit, things like that. Such a versatile bag. I know I'll be using this a lot. So that's it for the Hobonichi accessories. These are the ones that I got this year, in addition to the other items that I've had from just over the years and over time. So these were the Hobonichi accessories that I got this year. Again, a lot of them I'm going to be tucking away into this little and pouch. So in here so far, I have my stencils, the flat scissors, fusen, double stick tape, the circle highlight, the see-through point stickers, the frame stickers, and then these fit great in here as well. I'll just need to take them out of this plastic packaging. But these little magnet markers will fit right in here. And then I can fit my little Post-its in here. These little box of stickers can fit there. Sturdy little things. They can even cut off plastic tags. Nice. So I love this little and pouch. It's the first one that I've ever purchased from them. Absolutely love it. Probably going to store it in this accessory gift bag. All right, so I promised you at the end of this video, I would post my top 10 accessories that I love and that I buy every year. So here we go. So the number one item I buy all the time is the clear cover on cover. Secondly is there's usually a pencil board purchase. Third is the little page keeper. Fourth is the photo book. Many times I'll store watercolor sheets in those. The new rivet band for me is amazing. These little notebooks that can tear out individual sheets. The double stick tape. And then the grid notebooks, both in an A6 and an A5. The usual pen, along with its refills, all of the uni pens, and the new gift bag, along with the pouch. So if you enjoy these products as well, please give the video a thumbs up. Share with me below your favorite Hobonichi accessories, and I'll see you next time.